So let's talk about what is the one thing that differentiates a solopreneur and the CEO? Well, I think one of the first things is leverage, right? So as an employee of the business, person slinging the brush, working in the tools, whatever it is that you do, you're limited by the capacity of that labor, right? And when you watch larger companies, million, 5 million, 50 million dollar companies, the biggest thing that they have that's different than where you are right now is leverage. So what we're going to talk about is one of the first essential skills is how to create leverage. I believe one of the first things to be able to break yourself out of the tools and actually instead of creating a job and having a job that you work at, creating a business that starts to run itself, maybe not entirely, but at least parts of it start to run by themselves. So the number one skill, I think, to get this moving, to get in the right direction is leverage. And if you imagine a pyramid, the highest leverage things that we can do, there's really four major pieces of leverage that we have as business owners. And at the top of that pyramid, like imagine like a food pyramid, the very top is media, right? Media. And it's been that way for a long time. You know, could have been theater actors back in the day, 60s and 80s, it was TV, political stages. Nowadays, social media, YouTube channels, your website, this live, right? So creating media, it can be in any form. It could be video, it could be a blog, it could be YouTube shorts, Facebook shorts, maybe welcome messages for clients, SOPs. We'll talk about some of that. Any kind of written or video communication that we can spread out, it can exponentially do things. So that's media, that's at the top. Underneath that, I think the second most important piece of leverage that we have at our disposal today is code. Code allows us to do things faster than we can do as humans, and in most cases can allow us to do things automatically. So take tools like your CRM, like Drip Jobs. Tanner Mullen over at Drip Jobs is our favorite. We love that tool. And there's other tools that are kind of in the same thing, like Zapier. Even if you're using another CRM, I use Active Campaign. There's other tools, but the point of that is that a CRM, automation, even some marketing tools allow you to leverage code to do something in a fraction of the time, and in some cases automatically, so there's no time. Whereas before it would require a whole lot of labor to sit there and do that thing over and over again, right? And we can see even modern factories that produce cars, they're pretty much all automated, run by machines and code these days. Whereas you take a car factory from the 40s and 50s, it was run by humans. So which brings me to the next point. The third part of leverage is labor, right? And so the most common thing that people go to the first for leverage is labor, right? You're building a contracting business, and you might probably aren't using media as effectively as you can yet, or at all. You're probably not using code as effectively as you are, or maybe you just have a CRM, you're getting started there. But the main thing you think about to create leverage is labor. So I believe that media and code are above that, but labor is still really important, really, really important. And ultimately, no matter what, you're going to need it, right? So labor is team members, coworkers, contractors, vendors. There's a lot of forms of labor, but getting help in your business, whether it's a marketing agency like myself or some of the other great guys that I would recommend working with, whether it's finding and hiring some great 1099 contractors, maybe hiring a couple W-2 people, maybe an office admin or salesperson, or outsourcing your bookkeeping and CPA tasks. All of these things are things that hold up your time that we can use leverage to labor, right? So super important. The last form of leverage, and it is huge, it is not small, but it's the least likely to be used by small businesses, is capital. So most small business owners start small businesses Most contractors start contracting businesses because they don't have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in capital to do this stuff. There are some out there, and with capital, you can normally do bigger things and you can normally do them faster. But mostly, capital buys us the three things above it. It buys you media, it buys you code, and it can buy you a whole lot more labor, right? Once we have that stuff, all of those things together, capital, labor, code, and media, we can normally build some pretty cool businesses.
Hey, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. If you're looking for help growing your contracting business, I invite you to join my free community. In there, we go live with amazing trainings, share resources and downloads, plus you get free help from me and from peers. That link is down below to join, and we'll see you in the next video.